Hello, this is OverlordBou, and we're back with SAT Score, another how-to video. And today, we're going to be going over how to farm steel and what to spend it on. And I'll let SAT Score get right into it.
So, to summarize steel is kind of the competitive resource of WoWs. You mainly earn her through ranked and clan battles. There is a few other occasional ways to earn it, like through Dockyard or through the one-time Steel Monsters campaign that was offered a while back. But otherwise, you have to play competitive modes if you want to get a reliable source of steel income. Clan battles, starting from highest to lowest, clan battles offers the most steel, and you can get more steel if your team places higher in clan battle leagues. So, like if your team is Hurricane and you play Hurricane battles, then you'll get more than if you were say Gale. The second way and the most common way players will be obtaining steel is through ranked modes. And it kind of follows the same general pattern. The higher leagues you are, the more steel you'll generally earn. That being said, a lot of players do recommend sitting in the silver league to efficiently farm steel. Gold will offer more steel overall, but it's not as efficient and requires a lot more effort. So most people recommend to stay in silver, unless you absolutely need more steel. And then the rest is not very reliable because they're offered occasionally and or do not give very much. Dockyard, you can earn steel through the dockyard if you continue to earn tokens after you've bought the ship. So this usually happens if you've completed the ship with extra doubloon stages and continue to fulfill missions that earn you the tokens. And another way, and then like one of the last major ways to get steel is through a super container, and you should earn about 1500 steel. That is not very much, and of course requires you to get lucky on a super container, so do not count on it. Alright, as for what you can actually do with steel, you mainly acquire steel to buy ships, and then the only other thing that's offered for steel is a made of steel camo. The made of steel camo isn't very special other than its looks. So if you're not interested in a ship and you just want your ship to be super shiny, then it's not a bad choice. But generally it's recommended to spend your steel on one of the 7 steel ships. So let's begin with the review of the available steel ships. Bo, do you want to start us off with steel ship?
So, the current steel ships you can get is the Franklin D. Roosevelt, Shikishima, Burgoyne, Plymouth, Austin, Stalingrad, and Ragnar. Now, the personal favorites that I would choose to recommend to people would be the Franklin D. Roosevelt. This is a highly competitive carrier that's both really good in randoms, ranked, and clan battles. It is by far the most DPM and also has one the most tanky planes in the game. So it's pretty much the best carry in the game currently. If you want to, as a competitive wise, yes. It's also very forgiving for how much health the planes are, and very forgiving in how the patterns of the bombs, rockets, and the torpedoes are as well. So I'd highly recommend it for that. The Burgoyne is also very fun to play in randoms and okay in ranked, but for clan battles, it's kind of iffy depending upon the circumstances of the strat. If it's more of a fast maneuverability strat, maybe the Burgoyne would be used, but since it has 32 millimeters of armor all around, it's a very squishy battleship, so it's more of like a big cruiser rather than a battleship, so most clans would not use it at all. Now, the other two that I would recommend would be the Stalingrad and the Ragnar. The Stalingrad is a classic, very competitive vessel, being very well in randoms, ranked, and partially in clan battles. But the problem is, over time in clan battles, this ship has been kind of phased out with the introduction of the Petro and the Moskva. The Stalingrad is just, it can do a lot of damage, yes, but its tankiness isn't quite there as it needs to be. So it's one of the reasons why it's not super kind, but it's a great ship overall, very strong, but for clan battles, it's kind of there. The Ragnar is the newest steel ship that's been added, and it's one that's highly recommended for steel. It has great anti-air, a 7.5 radar with 30 seconds, pretty much a buffed up Smolensk, but with no torpedoes. The Ragnar I find to be very strong in randoms, ranked in clan battles. I don't think the Ragnar would be super strong due to how big it is, and the fact that it doesn't really have a way to escape, kind of like other smoke DDs would be. So I don't think it'd be super competitive for clan battles. What do you think of those assessments there, SAT?
Yep, these are pretty. I would say these are pretty good assessments. Of the competitive clan battleship, I would say FDR and sort of Stalingrad would fit the bill. Ragnar may not be a good competitive ship just because she's actually not that good in the destroyer role, and many teams might prefer to field a proper cruiser instead. But she is a pretty good randoms boat, and a lot of players do recommend her, at least for randoms. As like if you're planning on playing randoms, I would say most of these ships are fine. Like you can go. I would recommend Borgone, Ragnar, and Stalingrad. For ranked, if you want like a ranked focused ship, I would recommend FDR
Mm-hmm.
if you're a carrier player, because
Yep.
FDR is ridiculous.
Yeah, so let's not forget the Shikishima, Plymouth, and Austin. The Austin is more of a meme ship where you can get your friend to smoke you up and it becomes a monster as a good Highland hopping ship. The Plymouth is good at, it's pretty much a beefed up Plymouth. Not, no, sorry, it's a beefed up Belfast where it has the smoke, the radar, and the sonar. So if you want to beef up Belfast, the Plymouth is the ship for you. It's also seen some action in clan battles as well, but it's not very popular for its squishiness and the fact its radar isn't long range. The Shikishima has the biggest guns in the game. They are 510 millimeters.
That is correct.
Yeah, they're 510 millimeters. They are the biggest guns in the game. It's pretty much a Yamato hull. Pretty much exactly the same Citadel weakness. Super big. It's just a big meme. If this thing hits you, though, it does slap. The same time, though, its guns are so big that it just has a problem with overmatching. So it's more of just a meme. A meme ship. But when it slaps, though, it slaps.
That being said, if you love Yamato and you want to hear the best gun sounds in the game, you take Shikishima.
Yep. And for the last topic, the last way of getting extra steel is by, if you go into if you're in a clan, make sure that they have the steel port upgrade. This is how you get extra steel as well. Like, you have to spend oil to get the steel upgrade. That's pretty much the best way. It's kind of like, if you're trying to get extra steel, that's kind of the best way to do it. But thank you so much for your time today, SAT score. Is there any, you think that covers all the topics on how to get steel and what to spend it on?
There is one more thing I've missed. So, if there's a coal, something for coal that you want, but you don't have enough coal, you can actually spend excess steel and convert it to coal. The coal will be used up first, and steel is converted to coal at a rate of, I believe, 1 to 10. So, if for some reason none of the steel options interest you, you can convert that steel into coal and buy your coal upgrade ships, whatever. Generally, it's not recommended due to how difficult it is to stockpile steel. But if for some reason you have a lot of steel and you just don't have anything to spend it on, you can indeed spend it for coal.
It's a 1 to 10. Yes, it's 1 to 10. So, it's confirmed 1 to 10. I just checked.
Alright, I believe that's it.
Yep. But yep, thank you so much for your time today, SAT score. Greatly appreciated, brother. If you guys have any questions, concerns, definitely leave them down in the comments below. But yep, this is OverlordBou, and I'll talk to y'all later.